swollen shut. This is how a father found his 16-year-old son at a police station in New Jersey. The teenager says he was beaten up by a cop following a crash. Tonight, that cop, who is the brother of the town's mayor, is suspended and charged with assault. Here's Eyewitness News reporter A.J. Ross.
Repeatedly punched, kicked, and cuffed following a car crash here at Edwin and Bergen Street. Criminal charges were filed today against a Carteret police officer accused of beating a 16-year-old boy. The teen's family posted pics of his injuries on social media, and they're now speaking out, demanding justice.
I just wanted to get my son to the hospital as quick as possible. I mean, it looked like his jaw and his head was broken.
Russell Stewart describes his 16-year-old son as a good kid who didn't deserve a beatdown like this.
He needed to be rushed to the hospital, and I was wondering why they didn't do that at the scene.
Bloodied with his eyes swollen shut is how Stewart found his son at the Carteret Police Department last Wednesday after the teen got into a car crash. Stewart's son was being pulled over by Officer Joseph Ryman just before the accident occurred. Investigators say when the teen crawled out of the car, Ryman delivered a series of blows and eventually placed him in the back of a patrol car instead of calling for an ambulance.
I looked, he hopped out the car, he went on his knees, hands in the air. The cop just hopped out the car and started attacking him.
Witnesses say the teen was screaming for help, and other officers participated in the beating as well.
I'm hearing them screaming, "Please, I'm sorry. Stop. Somebody help me."
The conduct engaged in by this officer Ryman far exceeded the force that was necessary to do anything. It's our opinion that there was no force necessary.
Investigators say Ryman failed to activate his body camera, but the patrol car video captured most of what happened. That video, along with witness accounts, is now a part of an ongoing investigation by the Middlesex Prosecutor's Office, who charged Ryman with assault and misconduct Friday. Meanwhile, the police union has not commented.
I'm happy that the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office conducted the investigation with integrity.
I just want justice for my son. I just want, not to see things like this happen to anybody else's kid.
Ryman turned in his gun and badge and is suspended without pay.
Cop charged after dashcam caught him viciously beating compliant 16-year-old boy. A New Jersey cop has been charged with assault after dashcam footage shows he beat a submissive kid, doing damage to his face, and forcing him to be hospitalized. By Jack Burns, June 11, 2017. Carteret, New Jersey. Officer Joseph Ryman, 31, with the Carteret Police Department, has been arrested and charged with assault after a 16-year-old teenager testified the officer beat him mercilessly, even after he'd surrendered and submitted to the officer. Prosecutors decided to charge the officer after the dashcam footage matched the unnamed teenager's allegations. His name and age are being withheld as he's a minor, but the boy agreed to be photographed. Inside the hospital, photos were taken. They reveal he had swollen lips, eyes swollen shut, and multiple cuts and bruises. His eyes, days later, reveal he'd gotten black eyes as well. He says Ryman hit him in the face at least a dozen times. The officer, whose brother Daniel Ryman is the borough's mayor, has also been charged with 3 counts of official misconduct, for failing to activate his body camera and for failing to use reasonable discretion or restraint in the amount of force used on the teenager. According to NewJersey.com, the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office said a video recorded by a camera inside a patrol car on scene captured the May 31st encounter and corroborated the teen's account that he was punched several times in the face after he had already surrendered to police. Like many children do when they are younger, the boy had made a poor decision and taken his parents' car on a joyride and led police on a brief chase before crashing the car. He said he got out of the vehicle and raised both hands in the air. That's when he says Ryman hit him in the face, knocking him onto his back. The officer then, allegedly, kneeled on him and punched him repeatedly in the face. According to the official police records, the officer claimed the boy tried to run and resisted the officer. However, the officer's dashcam and witnesses exposed that story as a lie. A witness to the assault told reporters it happened just as the teen described. As NJ.com reports, Richard Watkins, who lives about 35 feet from where the incident occurred and said he did see the alleged assault, corroborated the teen's account. The teen was hospitalized for about a day and a half. After severely beating the teen, leaving him with multiple injuries, the officer did not call an ambulance. Instead, he put him in the patrol car and taken to jail. While the boy's decision to take his parents' car was a poor one, the officer choosing to viciously attack him for no reason was not warranted. Ryman has been placed on paid administrative leave while the department case proceeds in court. The county intends to prosecute, and the U.S. Attorney's Office has been notified to determine if the boy's civil rights were violated in the encounter. As the Free Thought Project has reported on so many other occasions, it becomes exhausting. Police officers are routinely placed on paid leave or paid vacation, as some critics contend, while prosecutors and defense attorneys prepare their cases. All too often, the officers are exonerated and allowed to return to being cops. In the rare occasion where an officer is tried and convicted, it's not uncommon for the law enforcement officers to receive the proverbial slap on the wrist, serving little to no time in jail or prison. In Texas, a school resource officer was accused of having sex with a middle schooler on campus. He pleaded guilty to a lesser charge and was given probation. In Wisconsin, a corrections officer was convicted of having inappropriate contact with a female inmate, and given 3 days in jail and a $200 fine. She says she was raped. A jury believed her and awarded her almost $7 million. Unfortunately, in America, there appears to be a double standard for police officers. While they're expected to live above board in their conduct and contact with the public, in the real world, they seem to live above the law, suffering few consequences for such atrocious criminal activity.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheep up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Charlotte County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, you know, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. You know, 47,000 of you so far right now. You know, $1 a day. I mean, $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.